Hey, what's up, folks? This is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is going to be a little outside the norm in that I am giving you a newly minted reflection token. So this is totally new here for my channel. I have never actually reviewed a reflection token before in cryptocurrency. What a reflection token is basically a token that has a tax on transactions. So every transaction for this token, whether it be a buy or a sell, has a tax that then gets reflected back to holders as reward. In the case of Everburn token, it is also a token that is always burning supply. So really kind of unique, different tokenomics that I've never seen on another cryptocurrency. So kudos to the developer here on this one. Really interesting tokenomics. And so that's why I wanted to do this video today. Now, I would preface this video by saying there are a few extra steps here that make it a little more complicated than your standard crypto transaction on somewhere like a Coinbase or whatever. You do have to use a decentralized exchange. It is going through the Avalanche blockchain, so it's a little bit different. You're going to need MetaMask wallet if you want to try this. It is a complete wild card. But that's why I'm doing the video today, because who knows? Who knows what could happen down the road, right? So, that being said, we're going to be taking a look at Everburn token today. We're going to look at the white paper. We're going to look at the website. We're going to look at Avascan. We're going to look at DEX tools. We're going to be looking at a little bit of everything. We're going to be talking about those tokenomics. So, if you enjoyed the video today, make sure to hit the like button. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now, let's get it going. All right, so we're going to kick off today's video by first taking a look at the Everburn white paper. So prior to one of my buddies on CT reaching out about this one, I had not yet heard of Everburn. In fact, it is not yet even on Coin Market Cap. So this is the really, really early stages for the Everburn project. Now, on this one in particular, it says introduction. So Everburn project is a smart reflection token contract hosted on Avalanche. Why Avalanche? Well, it's because Avalanche has extremely low fees. And I would say that if you've been following Avalanche or have not yet really been following Avalanche, that is a blockchain that has been moving up the charts big time lately. And it's because it's cheap to use. So really good blockchain there with Avalanche. That's where they chose to launch Everburn. So what is a reflection token? Now, I got to admit, before looking into this, I've never really heard of a reflection token. So this is different. So it says a reflection project is a token that charges a small tax percentage on every transaction. So this is on buying and it's on selling. There is a tax. So this refers to the tokenomics here. Now, it says the problem with reflection tokens is long-term sustainability, is that they require consistent trade volume to stay relevant. Once the volume drops, most holders sell their tokens and abandon the project. So they basically think they've solved this problem with the tokenomics here. So it says here, the reflection token solution, burn, baby, burn. And as a bit of a pyromaniac myself, I do find that kind of funny. So say hello to Everburn, right? So that is the name of this token. So not only reflects, but also burns token supply. Everburn charges a tax on every sale, but part of the tax collected is burned and removed from the circulating supply forever, okay? Now, going down a little further here, so it says Everburn tokenomics. So this is where it really starts to get interesting. So the total supply originally was 1 billion. It's already below that. It's not even on Coin Market Cap yet, and it's below that. Tax rate here. So 20% on selling. So if you go to sell your bags here on Everburn, there is a 20% tax. Now, when you buy, there is a 3% tax. Okay. Now, just below it, it's got a breakdown here for, a little bit of what this looks like. And so tax breakdown, 20% total. So 2% goes to DEX liquidity lock, 3% to marketing and operations. 15% is variable and adjustable. So the ratio between reflection and burn rate are inversed with a 20% max setting combined of the following two values below. 10% reflection back to holders, 5% burned forever. Interesting. All right. So reflections rewarded to users explained. So it says it will initially launch with a 20% tax rate on the sell side and reflect 10% of the tax to its holders. This reward token can be adjustable on the fly. Community votes will be scheduled, and the coin reflected onto its holders can be changed by popular demand as long as they're supported on the AVAX C chain network. So really, really interesting here. The percentage of reward that gets reflected to the holders is related to the percentage of their holding size. Obviously, the more you hold, the more rewards is kind of what he's saying here, to the total circulating supply. Okay, fine. So really interesting. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in a second. But in terms of roadmap, so here's kind of what we were looking at on this one. So obviously, March is now completed. We're in Q2, so we're looking at burning 25% of the supply in Q2 alone. I mean, that just seems crazy, right? Launch new website. They want to do that. Marketing major influence, onboarding ongoing. By the way, I am not paid to shill this. I'm simply just reviewing it at the request of a friend. I do that from time to time on projects that sort of pique my interest. And this one's really unique. This is a real tokenized view of cryptocurrency in a way that I really haven't seen before on any other projects, right? Also, list on Pangolin Exchange, lock liquidity 1 year. So they've got a lot of different things here. Q3 burned 40% of supply. Q4 burned 50%. I mean, it's just sort of crazy what this thing is saying it would like to do. Now, this is how the dashboard looks, and I can show you the actual site in a second. But really, all you have to do is you would connect your MetaMask wallet up here. You would set the MetaMask to the Avalanche C chain, and then you could see whatever your balances are. So it would show you your Everburn balance, your pending rewards, total distributed, USDT, your reflections, reward percent by holdings, etc., on and on. Down here at the bottom is where it really kind of simplifies those tokenomics. So the sell tax, 20%. So of that, 5% is burn tax, 10% reward tax, 3% marketing, 2% liquidity. On the buy side, 3% tax. Okay. Now here's a little further breakdown here. So this is, I guess, the flow chart here for it. So we've got here Everburn. So low tax to buy, high tax on sell. Tokens burned on every transaction, lowering circulating supply forever. So again, here's that 3% burn on the buy. And then on the sell here, this is I think that's a 5% burn. This is a 3% marketing fund, 2% liquidity, and 10% back to the holders as reflections. So in the declining curve, this is basically what they think this should look like over time as the supply plummets here. So at the very bottom of the white paper, it's got all of their various links here. Some of the information in here is actually really important. First of all, you've got the website, you've got the dashboard. That's important. They have a Telegram group, Discord, etc. There's Reddit. All of that stuff is in here. One of the most important things here is the contract address, this one right here. So for anybody who isn't quite sure about this one or wants to look it up, that is the address. You will need to copy this from the white paper if you wanted to try and use this coin. And I'll show you why in a second. All right. Now at the bottom here, they also have a legal disclaimer. I asked my friend about this because some of the countries that are listed in here. It lists the U.S., lists Malaysia, Singapore, Ontario. And basically the way it was explained to me is it's kind of in a gray area, this whole reflection token idea and earning rewards on it. So that's why it's in there. All right. Now, moving forward, I wanted to show you this. So if we look at Avascan, so this is just like Etherscan, but for Avalanche. and you put in that address. Here it is, Everburn EVB, standard ERC20. Max supply is 1 billion. Total supply right now is 829 million. So it's already been burning a significant amount. If you look at transactions, there's actually a whole bunch of them that are in here already from Everburn over the last, week or so, couple weeks, month. I think it came out a month ago, I think is what it was. So anyway, those are already in here. Multiple transactions are in here. Moving forward, this page here, this is interesting too. So this is also a link from the white paper. So if you're just on TradingView and you type in EVB, you're not going to find anything. You have to do it through this dextools.io. And if you do, here's exactly where the chart shows up for Everburn. So you can see where it started basically right down here. It kind of went up, it popped a little bit, it's gone down a little since. I don't know if that's a knock on Everburn. My personal view is that's just kind of the market, how it's sort of been up and down recently. So where it's at right now is right about here. So anyway, if you wanted to chart this thing out, you can find it through that link in the white paper. Now, going further, where you would actually buy this is you would buy it from this TraderJoeXYZ.com. So this is a DEX, a decentralized exchange that is on the Avalanche blockchain. So it's not just a clever name or ripoff of the grocery store. So that being said, what you would have to do here, first of all, you would need to connect your MetaMask. You would need to send Avalanche to your MetaMask. So you could buy Avalanche on somewhere like Coinbase or KuCoin or wherever, and you send it to your MetaMask. You connect your wallet here, and then you would need to trade it to wrapped Avalanche. So that's the first thing you would do. So you would swap it from Avalanche to wrapped Avalanche. After it's been wrapped, this Everburn token is not actually in their drop-down list. So there's a little button here that says, this is add a EVB to wallet. So excuse me, there should be a button where you can add it if it's not in the list. Yeah, right here, search name or paste address. So because it's not in the address in the list already, you have to paste the address up top. That is the address from the white paper, and then you can manually add the Everburn token. So you can see here, right here, added by user. I added Everburn myself, okay? Now, when you go to buy it, at the time I was trying to do this like a week or two ago, and I couldn't get the buy to go through. So if this happens to you, it's basically like a slippage issue. And my friend on CT was telling me, he said, look, all you have to do is type 0.111 at the back of what you're swapping here, and you should be able to do it. But you just have to put that 0.111. So it kind of is like a glitch in swapping. And I've ran into this once or twice before, not specifically with Trader Joe, but I have ran into it. I think I ran into it with Reef Token, where I was trying to swap that one. I couldn't swap it at all. And it was a liquidity, like slippage problem. And so anyways, so the bottom line here is if you want to pick up Everburn, there's a couple of steps. So this isn't for your first time trader here in crypto, but if you've been in crypto a little while and want to give this thing a spin, I mean, it's a wild card. So who knows what could happen here. But if you wanted to try it, all you have to do is get that Avalanche, send it to MetaMask, connect MetaMask here on the Trader Joe website, swap it, your Avalanche to wrapped Avalanche, and then you would swap that for Everburn token. But you remember, you're going to have to manually enter that contract address. So you just copy it from the white paper, paste it in here, and that's about it. And then that's in there. So moving forward, here is what the actual Everburn website looks like. So it's app.everburn.io. Again, all you have to do is connect your wallet up top here. This would be MetaMask, and then it will be updating all these various figures for you. Now, the interesting thing, so you can find Everburn on CT. It is on Twitter. They have an account there. They were looking for honest reviews. What do people think about this thing? It's very interesting to me, this ratio here on these buy taxes. So look at this. So it actually says buy tax now 8%. So that actually went up from what I just read a few minutes ago in the white paper where it was 3. So now it says 8. So now it's got an 8% buy tax, a 20% sell tax. But remember, at the rate that it's burning, then it should still be going up over time. But if you go to sell your bag, then you have the potential of getting a 20% sell tax on. So really, really interesting tokenomics. All right. So that's pretty much everything. It's all up here. We've got home, we got trade. That'll send you to Trader Joe, and we've got the white paper. So overall, in terms of Degen Millionaire Maker, well, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes here with the final thoughts. Here at the Keeping It Real Finance channel, we need your support. All of the content on this channel is entirely organic, meaning we did the video on a topic that we simply like, or we did it because of a request from one of you, our viewers. So that being said, if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support the channel, there are multiple ways you can do that to help us to continue to create and level up our content. Our affiliate links will be available in the video description to cover platforms we endorse and use ourselves. Support the channel today and earn sign-up bonuses along the way. We also have a merch shop available with links below the video or directly by visiting kirfinance.myspreadshop.com, where we offer tons of great designs and product options. We've got everyone in the family covered. Help support us by picking up merch and sharing your photo on social media. We may even send you an NFT. Speaking of NFTs, at OpenSea.io we have our NFT series, The Liberty or Death Crossroads, available now. Pick one up today and enjoy special upcoming perks and exclusive content with our planned upcoming courses, Patreon, and Discord group. If you're a reader and simply looking to step up your game in personal finance, I also wrote a book in 2015 titled Driving Through Potholes, Financial Strategy and Life Lessons for Those Looking to Rediscover the American Dream. The book is available now at Amazon in Kindle and paperback. And lastly, if you'd simply like one-on-one consulting, feel free to reach out anytime at keepingitreal since1982@gmail.com. We greatly appreciate your support today, and now let's get back to the video. All right, so for some final thoughts today on the Everburn token. This is a very interesting project, to say the least. Those tokenomics with the 20% tax on selling, the 8% now on buying, is very, very interesting, okay? I have not seen any other token that does that anywhere and then reflects back those rewards. And on top of that, it's got an absolutely insane burning mechanism that's constantly burning supply here. So as I mentioned earlier on, this kind of, the whole idea behind this one kind of brings me to Hex a little bit. And I feel like Hex is kind of this same way, where there's a lot of people that simply got in Hex, they hold it, they're holding it for a certain period of time. It's basically a crypto CD, and that's that. This is that same kind of a thing where you would be investing in it and just holding it and just kind of seeing what happens. Now, if and when you go to sell, you're going to be taxed at 20% on this, subject to change, right? So that's a pretty high tax rate. So even though you could be getting a big return, you got a big tax when it's coming out. So it sort of incentivizes you that if you're going to try this as a wild card, you're going to try it for an extended period of time. It's not something that you quickly get in and out of. And, kind of like they mentioned in the white paper, the sustainability is really something that they're trying to promote here with Everburn. So they don't want a project that simply just takes off and then dies immediately, right? So really, really unique. Now, in terms of investing in something like this, so first of all, I don't ever recommend massive buys into pretty much anything, all right? I am a DCA guy through and through. So this is not really a DCA token. So is this token a bit of a risk? Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a total wild card, right? So it may perform very, very well. What you got to realize here is that this token has only been out a month. It's not even on CoinMarketCap. It's not there yet, right? So it's really, really early with Everburn token. And I would simply say that, you know, if you want to get into this one, now's the time to definitely be researching it. And if you want to try, you know, an investment here or there, hey, give it a go, see what happens, right? I think it's just a really neat idea with this one, with the reflection token that burns at a really high rate. It's just kind of, again, it's totally unique. I just really haven't seen this anywhere. And all the other tokens that you've seen burning, like, you know, BNB and all, like KCS, all these other ones that do burning events, you don't really see this reflection piece in there where, I guess maybe you do in a little bit of respect, but you don't see it at the rate that it is in this one. So that's what this entire coin is about, is reflecting rewards and burning always. So I do like that it's on the Avalanche blockchain. Again, the fees on Avalanche are very, very low, very nominal, great blockchain. And if you've been following Avalanche, they have been moving up the charts. Really, really good blockchain there, all right? So just remember, if you want to try this one, it is key that you use the information from the white paper. All the links are in there. The address is in there. You're going to need that. You're going to need MetaMask. And then give it a spin and see what you think. All right? So that's it for the review here for Everburn. I'm going to give it a try and see what happens, right? Who knows? Who knows what may happen with this? This is the beauty of crypto. You never really know kind of what you're dealing with here. So, hey, you know, it may be worth a bit of a gamble to see how this one materializes. You know, the person that pointed out to me on CT is, you know, a friend of mine, and definitely, you know, trust that person. So we'll see what happens, right? So this is it for the video on Everburn. Hopefully it makes some sense in what this project is, how it works, and then bear in mind if you were going to sell, what the tax rate would be if you sold it. In terms of those reflective rewards, it's my understanding that those come back daily, that they're constantly coming back to you. So overall, just really, really unique, really early. Who knows, you know, what the future has in store for this one, totally up in the air. And so that's why I wanted to give this video to you today. It's a bit outside the norm of anything on my channel, but I figured, hey, you know, why not? We'll see if anybody tries it or what they think, right? So that's it for our video today on Everburn. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I am also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting on a regular basis. Check me out there. And lastly, for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always says your back, tells it like it is, and I will see you on the next one. Later.